Onto another lad's face, and there's £150,000 raised for the poor victim of crime. And George Orwell forecast all this in Animal Farm. In Animal Farm, if anybody's ready to understand that 4 legs are better than 2 legs, brown people are better than white people, identity politics. We are literally descending into hell, and we must stop it. In The Road to Wigan Pier, the Marxists, Orwell said that the Marxists don't care for the working class, me and you. They just hate the rich. And they
want the rich's money.
They're after power. And Marx said about the bourgeoisie that they want the property and the land to dominate the working class people, the proletariat. Well, the new bourgeoisie are our establishment. The police directors, the universities, all the way up through every level of our society. Common purpose is destroying everything our parents built for us, and we must defend it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, over the past few weeks, I've watched check names, Jim and Paul confront Stand Up to Racism in Manchester. And for everything that they call us, anti-Semitic, racist, violent, this, that and the other, that's what they are.
Yes.
That's what we need to hold a mirror up to them and call them what they are. They are the fascists.
Yes, Nazis.
They are the racists.
They're the Nazis.
Now, when you're standing up to these people, you need to make sure that you bring up the history of Marxism, the violence, the deaths. When they start singing Holocaust never again, gulags never again. Now, that's all I've come up with today, but be thinking of chants and things that you can shout back at them and hold their mirror up, because they are the genocidal maniacs in this country today.
That's what they'll be. That's what they'll be tomorrow. And Islam has never ever been peaceful.
That was Banksy saying that how it is, like he always does.
Yeah.
Can we have another round of applause?
Yes, thank you, mate.
This next guy, I call him Donald Trump anyway. That's his new nickname.
Wish he had his money.
He's come all the way from Liverpool today. He's been in this game for 20 odd years. I remember seeing him when I was a young lad once.
That's a while.
He's loyal, you know, he's good to the cause. His name is Paul Trump River. Do you remember
I've been involved in nationalism about 20 years, and it's been great. You know, I've learned so much and I've met so many great people, and I know you are the heart of Britain. We are the hope of Britain. That's the truth, because if it's the people whose hearts are committed to Britain and are prepared to make the step out in faith to defend our nation, they're the people who really matter in this country, and you are those people. We are in a sense, the acorn of which the new Britain will have to grow, the future oak. We've taken the goodness from the past and we want to pass it on to the future. We want Britain to be great again. Yes. But I want to say to you, we're fighting a winning battle here. We're not being defeated. The establishment think they're winning, but they're losing rapidly. Because we are part of Christendom, of the global Western civilization. Andy just mentioned Donald Trump. He's a hero of the cause.
Yeah,
he's the most powerful
absolutely.
man in the world. He's on our side. He's committed to us. He's fighting for us. The United States of America is split 50-50 between the globalists and the nationalists. And it's a fight to the death, really. And in 2020, the presidential election, Trump wins again. We assert ourselves and we grow again.
Yeah.
But America's not alone in this battle to save its country. The same thing's happening in Canada. There's a big election in Alberta, the state of Alberta, in May. and the Canadian left are on the run. They've lost Quebec, they've lost Ontario, Trudeau's about to fall. Canada is about to fall to the nationalists.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
another tank in our army.
Yes.
And if you go the other end to Eastern Europe, behind what was once the Iron Curtain, you're looking at 350 million people in Russia, Ukraine, Poland, Hungary, all the Baltics, all the Balkan states. 350 million people. They're totally committed to nationalism.
Yeah.
They totally rejected globalism. And then they produce some great people like Viktor Orban who would challenge it. Because the heartland of globalism now is 3 states in the northwest of Europe: Britain, France and Germany. And they're the 3 states we've got to crack and overcome to win this battle.
Yeah.
Because the other 2 states, Italy and Spain in Western Europe, the other 2 big states, they're coming over to the nationalist cause as well, in a big way.
Salvini.
And, Andy asked me to mention Matteo Salvini today. I mean, Matteo Salvini, 10 years ago, was attending meetings just like this. Because the Northern League had gone into free fall and imploded. It was getting like 3% in the elections. And he took control of that movement.
Fucking hero he
He's
is.
45 years old, Matteo Salvini. So we're looking, he was in his mid-30s when he took control of that movement. And he began to reinvigorate it and give it a bigger vision for saving Italy. And the left who were in charge of Italy, they were bringing in the Africans by the thousands, supposedly rescuing them from the Mediterranean, but encouraging them to come in. And he steered the Italian people to defend their nation.
Yeah.
And the nationalists now are winning at every level of Italian politics. There's 4 levels of politics. There's the local, the regional, the national, and the European. They won the national election with the 5-star movement. They won the local election. Now they're winning region after region in Italy. And they've got the European elections in May, which are right across Europe. This will bring in France then as well, you see. The yellow vest in France. So there's an uprising of nationalism right across Europe, right across the Western world. And we're part of that. Now, because Britain has been so locked into this Brexit issue, it sort of took the oxygen out of the rest of politics. Britain, we just had the immigration figures, and despite media manipulation, the truth is we've had the highest immigration ever last year, 700,000.
Jesus, 700.
In fact,
Nearly 1 million in a
quarter
year.
of a million Muslims came into this country last year.
Plus illegals.
440,000 Muslims were born in this country last year, and 50,000 converted, mainly through intermarriage. So there were 750,000 extra Muslims in this country in 1 year. We have a crisis.
And 190,000
it's an emergency
British women had abortions in the same, or more.
This process and reverse it as quickly as possible. And we're part of that fight back, that resistance. But we're going to win. I'm convinced that we're going to win that. Because we have to win. Because people realise now that the target of all this globalism is the white heterosexual male.
Yeah.
All identity politics, all their globalist energy is focused on destroying us.
Yeah.
Because they know we're the core of the Western world.
Well, they castrate us.
We're the people who defend it. They're trying to emasculate us. They're trying to destroy our families. They're trying to make us sterile.
Yeah.
All this thing about transsexuality and abortion rights and all that, it's about making us sterile as a nation so that our enemies can come in and overwhelm us. But we have to win this at the political level. We have to take power at the political level, to take control of the state. Now, as these movements take control in Italy and in Spain, there's an election in Spain in April, and there's a guy called Santiago Abascal. He formed a tiny party, like called the Vox Party. It's only been going since 2013. It's about to take power in Spain. It's about to become part of the ruling coalition.
Marvellous.
And it's changed the whole way the Spanish are looking at their nation. It's brought back patriotism and pride into the Spanish people. Because that's what the left hate. They hate this. If we have a sense of our identity, of who we are and what we stand for. And it's a great thing what we stand for.
Makes it strong.
I just talked to Ken before.
Too strong.
He's a Christian. I'm a Christian. We're standing on Christian values. Yeah. We're standing on what is wholesome. We're standing on the family, children, security for our families, security for our nations. Absolutely. We want strong borders again. And we want jobs for our people. We don't want to see our companies exporting all our jobs overseas. We want our government to protect our jobs. And these are just
so much
decent, sane, healthy things. We're not asking for the earth. We're asking for what is reasonable.
Future for our kids.
We are reasonable people, and yet the left want to demonise us, they want to deplatform us, and they want their insanity to reign.
Yeah.
And we have, each of us, have a responsibility to take a stand against that, to encourage others to stand as well. Now we've got the social media, and people are connected on a whole series of networks. People I've never met in my life before, Jim and Ken and stuff. We know each other because of social media. We connect that way. And what it means is, just a small group like this can grow rapidly. If people get a sense that we are standing for something and we're going to achieve something, people will come on board the bandwagon. They'll come and they'll join Britain First and they'll get involved. Now we've got, as you see the impact Matteo Salvini has had, because he's persevered, he believes in what he's saying, he's a strong character, and he's overcome whatever the enemy has thrown at him. Now Paul Golding has just done that. He's faced a lot more than Matteo Salvini has ever faced. But he hasn't buckled.
Yeah.
He's never buckled.
Yeah.
I don't think that people aren't watching this. People know what the state is doing.
Yeah.
There's a sort of a nastiness now in the state.
Yeah.
They're seeking to destroy
Venom.
the patriots.
Venom.
And we just see,
Yeah.
I was in Manchester last week, Manchester twice in 2 weeks. I was at the Tommy rally last week, and it's amazing that the state is so scared of Tommy now that they're doing everything to deplatform him and to demonise him and to take him down. But he's a solid guy, like Paul. He's overcome.
Yeah.
He's suffered. They put him in a prison cell. They tried to take everything off him, like they've done with Paul. Tried to take his wealth off him. Tried to alienate him from his family. Tried to put fear into his heart. This is serious, heavy stuff that the state are imposing on people.
Torture.
It's something out of the
torture.
Third Reich. It's something out of communism,
Stalinism.
Yeah. John talked about the Gulag. This is not on. This is England. This is the land of the free. We've got a proud history in this country of freedom and of democracy.
Yeah.
Well, you can't behave like that. This is outrageous what the state are doing to these people.
Fucking evil.
This is pure political persecution masquerading as attacking, making people criminals. It's absolutely outrageous. And anyone with any sense of decency, any sense of human worth would recognise that and say, hang on, there's something wrong here, something really wrong, something sinister, something evil is going on in this land.
Yeah.
Don't bow down to that evil. Don't bow down to that pressure. We've got to overcome. Now, I'm a man of faith. I believe in God, and I believe through the power of faith, we will overcome. We will not buckle. We've made it.
Yeah, good on you, man. You're a bloody patriot.
Rome from northern Italy, it was called the Rubicon, and you were not allowed to bring the army over the Rubicon because it would threaten Rome. Once you crossed the Rubicon, that was it. You were finished. When you join this movement, you have to cross the Rubicon. You have to say, I'm leaving all that compromise behind. I'm prepared to sacrifice myself for my country and the people of my country, because I love them. I want a future for my children.
Yeah.
And I know the evil that threatens us all. Threatens our communities, threatens our nation. And I know the people they're bringing in are not going to compromise with us. They're going to impose themselves upon us. They're going to reduce us to dhimmi status.
Yeah.
And they're going to inflict some serious damage upon us.
Maybe even death camps eventually.
We have to fight back, guys. And we are the hope of this nation. As I said right at the start of this speech, the acorn. You plant that small acorn, and if it's a healthy acorn, it will grow, and it will get stronger and stronger, and it will produce other acorns, and it will become a movement. We have a movement, and we're part of this movement, and we're going to win this battle. Believe that in your hearts. It doesn't matter how powerful the state thinks it is at the moment. We have great allies from overseas. It's going our way. We're going to win this battle, guys. Stay connected. And let's
ready.
Let's go on.
You got them already. Yeah, I see, right. Make them famous if they like it or not.